All right, here at Landstown head basketball coach Dwight Robinson. His Eagles win at 63-61 over John Marshall in overtime. Coach, I know this was an undermanned yet still very explosive John Marshall team to have this intense playoff type of battle in the regular season here in December. It's got to bode well for your squad as you get closer and closer to postseason time.
Oh yeah, me and Todd White, we scheduled these games 2 years ago. We went to them 2 years ago, then the pandemic, and so they wound up coming back to us this year. They are undermanned. I think their point guard Red, he wasn't there. Their starting center wasn't there. But with us, we got a couple injuries too. With Demir out, the guy that actually hit the winning shot, that was only his second day on the floor. And then we just got Josh back yesterday too, so he's been out for a week and a half. So both teams a little undermanned, but they, obviously they were undermanned today. Coach White did a great job, coaching them through all that. The box and one, the triangle and one, the run and jump. So they mixed it all up, trying to slow DJ down. But some of the other guys made some big buckets for us when it counted and made big plays. Yeah,
obviously the headliner just mentioned to Donald Hand Jr., it's going to be him and Dennis Parker, two of the top 150 players in the country, DJ in the class of 2022, Parker in the class of 2023. But to me, the takeaway is he made the right decisions late. He dumped it off for Ethan Moore for a key and one, and then late in the game, it's Xavier Lass, who he was missing at the start of the year, a football kid who gets his only basket to win the game, essentially, in OT.
Yeah, and what I tell my guys is stay ready. He started the game, being out of shape and everything. He had 3 fouls, he didn't even play any of the second half until the last 55 seconds, I guess, in overtime.
But glad you had him, though.
And yeah, so I had a guy that was a starter last year, but he's not in shape yet. And like I said, his hand's been in a cast for the last 6.5 weeks. But he makes a big play at the end, and we needed that.
First half, I felt like you guys didn't get a lot of touches to Ethan Moore. Was that some of your own doing, their defense, their size? What was that? Because the second half, you got a little bit more involved at times when you needed, especially crucial moments.
Missed opportunities, not looking for them. We took a lot of 3 balls, a lot of pull-up jumpers, and he's standing there by himself. And it didn't matter. He had a mismatch, whoever was guarding him. And we just didn't throw him the ball. And we're screaming, throwing the ball in the post, look for him. And we're shooting jumpers. So poor execution on our part. Really at halftime said, look, we got to try to get him the ball down low. We didn't feel like they had anybody that could stop him in the paint. But he came up with some plays for us. I think he had like 15 rebounds or something close to that. So he still impacted the game, but we definitely got to get Ethan more touches than what we did tonight.
For 3 quarters, you made Dennis Parker a jump shooter, and your defense I thought was very solid. He got loose in the 4th period. They hit some big threes to stick around with you guys, even as you guys kept DJ out there with 4 fouls. Tell me about that decision in the 3rd quarter, because a lot of coaches would sit guys. You've had some stellar players, and you probably put them on the bench with 4 fouls, but you trusted him to not get that 5th.
He's not who he is for no reason. And actually, he guarded Dennis once we went man-to-man, and I don't think Dennis scored when he was on him. And he wanted them. So he told X, get off of him. I got Dennis. And so DJ, he's a really good defender. And he plays hard, plays every play hard. But he's smart. He knows when to, when not to. And so I just trust him. I trust him. It doesn't matter. He's a 4-year starter. He's a high major Division I player. He understands the moments.
You mentioned you've had some great battles with John Marshall over the years, even in our Virginia Preps Classic a couple times. You played Petersburg this past Saturday, kind of taking on this 804 flavor. What's it do for you as you go through the Beach District and the regular season here, 6A, where you don't see kind of this style of play very often?
Well, just experience. Some of the guards that are playing right now, they didn't get that much playing time in those 7 or 8 games we played last year. So basically, they were freshmen 2 years ago, and now they're juniors, but really sophomores playing-wise. And so there are going to be some mistakes. And what that does is it allows us to, they got good guard play. Both teams that we just played have good guard play. So it just tries to get us battle-tested. Good crowd in here tonight, good crowd up in Virginia State. Just trying to get our guys ready so the moment is never too big for them.
Well, congrats, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thanks.